That's right.
Tell me how you do it. She won't tell anyone. She said you feel better if you only just tell her. Take the
Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here, where I talk about my favorite thing in the entire world. Goddamn cryptocurrency. That's right. So we're diving into the Phantom ecosystem today. I know. It's been tough. We've felt some pain, right, over in the Phantom ecosystem. I was going to tell you a little bit about my general investment attitude to Phantom. Was that I have not sold any positions out as of now. I believe so much in the Phantom ecosystem. It's probably still my favorite blockchain, even though the prices of Phantom, of Tomb, of Based, of Spooky, of Spirit, all Tarot, like all these amazing protocols that I use, on the Phantom ecosystem, they've really been battered, and pummeled, and battered again. Currently, the price of Phantom's sitting around about 40 cents. We'll check that out. And today, I'm going to be looking at, right, because, we don't know what's going to happen with this market. It's not looking great. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Market's looking shit, right? But at the same time, we're coming to an impasse in the Phantom ecosystem to do with the thumbnail of this video, Tomb Finance, right? Tomb, in my opinion, is a Goliath. It is the most innovative, most good-looking, most intriguing, sexual, kind of token be sexual, kind of that be sexual, kind of can. Like, this is a really pretty site. And everything to do with Tomb and life, right, and Felix, we're going to talk about, because Tomb is life. Life is Tomb. Felix apparently is some kind of dog. This is all rolling out, right? Because in the next week, TSHARE is actually going to stop printing. And with that, the entirety of what Tomb is and what we expect of it is completely changing. And we're going to be looking into that. And of course, from the thumbnail too, you'll see the whole idea of stablecoin pools, which has just popped up on the Tomb site with a new strategy page. And I have taken, I've taken into that because, like I say, I don't know where the Phantom price is going to go. Where Phantom goes, Tomb goes. Where Tomb goes, life goes. So having some edge of stable coins, and we can choose which ones we want to use, which ones you trust more than others, because I know that's an issue too now in crypto. We're going to get into all of that too. It's quite a lot to go into in this video, so I'm going to try and timestamp it. I'm going to try to do it as fast as possible, because I know, like you, like me, we're busy guys. All right, so let's just get into everything today to do with this. So, like I'm saying, it's sexy site. Okay, so here we are on tomb.com. This user interface got revamped a while back. Of course, we can first come in and have a look at what's going on. The price of Tomb, supposed to be pegged to Phantom, has been way below that since the algorithmic disaster, which was Luna, right? We're down at 0.36. It's been pretty much sitting around here since all that happened. The price of TSHARE from its holy highs of 20,000 plus has gone down to $566. So it's not a great situation. The TVL of Tomb at the moment is 94 million. It was way higher. I think it was breaching 1 million at one point, at the height of everything. So everything has kind of taken a little bit of a tumble, right? But at the same time, as this has been going on, in the back end of Tomb, everything has been working away. Improvements have been rolling out. Now, the reason all this has happened is, we can come to the price of Phantom. 42 cents now. The whole ecosystem. We'll come to the year chart, right? We had our holy highs of $3 twice. Yeah, we double top, right? And we've tumbled all the way now down to 40 cents, the lowest of about 30 cents or something. Yeah, 30 cents on that. But if we do go up to the max, of Phantom, we do see that we did have we had like a 1 cent Phantom, back in May 2019, not that long ago. I do really believe that Phantom can get back up to where it belongs to be. That's why I continue to invest in the Phantom token, I invest in Tomb token, I invest in the ecospace. That's why I'm talking to you about it today. So what can we do right now? The thing about Tomb that we first need to look at is in the Discord, right? Some huge news about Tomb. If you come into their Discord, it's the most organized place to find everything on Tomb for their announcements. They do have a lot of them. Harry likes to do Tomb Tuesdays, where he talks everything about the protocol. Life after the TSHARE emissions end on June 12th. So there's 12 days until the emissions end, right? There is life after TSHARE emissions end. As you know, we have discussed the launch of life tokens for some time now, and it's with great enthusiasm that it's time has finally arrived. Life will be one of the reward tokens of the new L-share or life share. Life share will emit over the next 4 years, as opposed to Tomb was about 1 year, okay? A little bit over. Or TSHARE was, sorry. And it when staked in the Masonry version 2 on Phantom and in the Fountain of Life on Tomb chain. So there's 2 chains now. Tomb are making their own chain. The gas being token will be Tomb. But we'll also have a farm on Phantom for, I think it's a good idea because it'll be too hard for everyone to move over to Tomb chain. You will be rewarded with life. More details on how the emissions will work will be released, but as a preview, Life token will be initially capped at 10% of Tomb tokens in circulation. Life will be printed when the peg is 1.0001. 1 life equals 1 Tomb. Life tokens will be part of the upcoming airdrop that I've talked about before. If you don't know about it, please check back on my post video about 4 months ago, right? Launch pools will begin the first week of June. That's why I'm making this video. It is May 31st at the moment. And you will need Tomb to participate in the launch pools. Generally, the launch pools would be the Genesis pools where we will stake our assets in to earn the token basically for free, right? More on that later. Division of L-share emissions on Phantom and Tomb chain will be determined in the coming weeks. Tomb is life, and life is Tomb. Wow. So there's a lot to take in there, right? So essentially the most, important information there, June 12th, TSHARE emissions will end, right? We've been farming TSHARE for ages, but now there will be no more TSHARE ever farmed. Also, from tomorrow, essentially, is what that announcement is saying is we'll be able to take our Tomb token and stake it in the Genesis staking or the launch staking, I think they termed it as, for getting into this brand new life, right? For the Genesis staking for it. So holding onto your Tomb, very important in these days, holding onto your TSHARE, we're going to have a look into that and see just how important that is going to be too. Ready your Tomb engines. More bullish news on Tomb. Tomb chain is yet another example of how the Tomb ecosystem continues to grow and innovate. Tomb chain is going to be Phantom's first layer 2 and will bring incredible benefits to everyone in the Phantom ecosystem. I'm thrilled to announce that we are now in a position to open the testnet to builders who are looking to build on Tomb chain. If you're looking to build, start looking at it. As a reminder, Tomb chain will bring further utility to Tomb, staking Tomb on Tomb chain, Tomb on gas, Tomb as gas on Tomb chain, use cases that require the use of Tomb token. And of course, Felix would be the exchange, the central exchange that they're building with Binance on Phantom, and that is just welcomed in SpiritSwap into its ranks. And the last part we do want to have a look at is the thing we're going to be speaking a little bit on as well is Tomb strategies coming soon, okay? Strategies will offer you a way to let Tomb assets work for you, from very simple strategies like single staking your Tomb to more complex strategies like creating LPs as use of collateral, which will enable you to borrow against your stables and your assets, and also farming strategies, right? This is open. Of course, they don't have the strategy set for Life because Life is not open again for another 2 weeks, but I'm sure they will be adding the single staking Tomb for the Genesis and things like that. So the big question is you might have is, what about TSHARE? Well, then TSHARE is use case, right? Is that when Tomb is above the peg of Phantom, then we can take our TSHARE, as always, we can come into the Masonry, we can stake our TSHARE in here, and we can earn Tomb. Now I know, it's been a long time since we've been able to stake any Tomb. So the answer to that is, of course, that we need to get Tomb above the peg of Phantom once again. And to do that, that means that giving Tomb all these use cases. So the single staking of Tomb, right? The amazing opportunities now that are open in the cemetery that we're going to check out now, right? And of course, Tomb chain, right? And Life being pegged to the price of Tomb, which should be adding so much more utility to it that I think is going to make it fantastic. I think Tomb definitely, in my opinion, will be above peg once again very soon. And I'm hedging my bets on that. So we're coming into the cemetery. And, we have a whole bunch of new pairs, right? That they've completely organized this in a completely different way. It is now all linked with Tombswap. Tombswap is here. If you want to now provide liquidity on Tomb, you must use Tombswap. If you were using Spooky Swap before, you need to unpair those and repair them back on Tombswap, because now Spooky Swap pools are not even being accepted on Tomb Finance. So this is Tombswap here, swap.tomb.com, right? And it's fantastic. It works just as well as any other swap page, and they have plentiful liquidity, which is growing because of what they're doing, right? So first, just to make sure you understand that, we'll come to the bottom. RIP, yeah, pools. And these pools are dead. You cannot use them anymore. So if you have liquidity in these, you need to get it out and, unpair, then put it back in. So Tomb Phantom on Spooky and TSHARE Phantom on Spooky, they are now dead. There's still millions of dollars in here. People still haven't realized this because I guess they haven't checked. Come on, guys. Come on. Get with it. So we're earning TSHARE in all these pools, right? So we have Tomb Phantom, Tomb US dollar, USDC, a great one because, of course, the price of Tomb is going to be a little bit up and down. We're worried about it. So, of course, pair it with a dollar coin, especially one like USDC, which is a trusted stable coin. Then we will get a lot more of a shield against the falling price of Tomb if Phantom does continue to slide. We have Tomb and Zoo, a new partner. Zoo is an amazing, amazing project on Phantom, and I'm super happy that Zoo are partnering with Tomb because they are really innovative and they make amazing websites and amazing tools. You should check out their charting and like everything that they've built over on Zoo. It is top notch and great that they're under them here, and also Tomb and Tree. So 4 choices for your Tomb. Then we have TSHARE. What do we have? We're pairing it with a stable coin, of course, to protect if TSHARE continues to slide, just as the Phantom ecosystem is. We can shield it, or we can choose a sword and be like, yeah, come on, bull run. I did that actually. I took my TSHARE and I paired it with Bitcoin because I really think that Bitcoin's going to floor eventually, and then it's going to go on a tear, right? So it might be in 6 months. I don't care, right? In the Tomb ecosystem, I'm taking my time. So I'm hesitant though. So I've only got about $800 in here, and I've earned about $27 so far. I'll get back to that later. We can also pair it with ETH. So choose, Bitcoin or ETH, both good choices. Or we can also pair it with the US dollar coin if you're a bit more cautious on that. I went more cautious with some of my Tomb, right? I've got Tomb here in the Phantom, Tomb and Phantom, of course. This is just the pool. If you don't know what pool to go into, just throw it into this one. The price, the value of my Tomb and Phantom really got cut down. Like I was up in like 20K worth roughly at some point, and now we're down to $2,000. But this is, the dangers of a high-risk protocol. None of this is financial advice, okay? You need to do with your hard-earned money as you wish. This is, you need to research things like I'm doing. I'm showing you all the tools you can use to research at the moment. You need to do that so that you can make the best decisions for yourself. I'm just saying, like Tomb just is. The thing is, who is it that's going to be succeeding in the bull run, right? Are the teams which are building utility in the bear run, right? During this bear run, Tomb have changed their website to tomb.com. They are unleashing all these pools. They're building utility. They're building their own chain. They're building their own central exchange on the Phantom network. They've built all this utility around the Tomb token that by the time that the Bitcoin bulls return and things start ticking bullish and Phantom starts getting strong again, people start looking at it and paying attention to it again, will be too late for anyone to get in and get amazing, amazing profits. Yeah, life-changing profits. That's what I really think is the best time to start building on something, is when it's kind of reached that psychological bottom where everyone's kind of giving up on something. But then if you really keep diving deeper, as we're going to be doing, you're going to start realizing, oh my God, this is an absolute gargantuan beast. Oh, so coming in, we can, we have Tomb and Tree, then we have TSHARE pools. The TSHARE pools, then we have Phantom ecosystem pools. We can take Phantom and USDC. That's right, you don't even need to use Tomb or TSHARE in here anymore. So we have Phantom USDC, protect yourself, protect your Phantom with USDC. I will be going into this one pretty soon. APR 56%. Lovely, right? Lovely APR, better than anything else I've seen. Or if you want, you can take it with Phantom USDC and USDC. I'm not sure what FUSD is. I'm going to have to check that out. We also have stable pools, right? USDC, USDT, Tether, right? And MIM, right? Magic Internet Money. You can choose between USDC and Tether. I didn't choose this one because Tether is kind of worrying me, right? I actually went into the USDC and MIM pool. This is a full stablecoin pool. Checking out the price of MIM. This is why I chose it, okay? It's, it's a stablecoin. And it's been very, very reasonable, right? Not as overstuffed as Tether is, which is kind of what I'm worried about with it. But yeah, as you can see, 99.1111. Lowest point was in March when everything went wrong for Cronje and the Phantom ecosystem, and it did dump all the way down to 98 cents, where we have another one here of 98 cents. So it's not terrible. I went with that one. Manage my risk, of course. I put in, just did this earlier today, I put in 15,000, 16 grand basically, right, of stable coins at 14% APR on stable coins. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. All in TSHARE. If TSHARE pumps, then that means I'm in the money. Really am. You can choose also, this one. Or we can come to the MAI pools. MAI is a soft peg stable coin. We have TSHARE in MAI or TOOM in MAI, okay? If you really want to protect your TOOM, then you can do that. I did go on this one too. My TOOM in MAI, I put in like $400. I think I'll put more in because I do have more TOOM lying around. I'm trying to find, things to do with my TOOM because I don't want to sell it. I want to protect that peg. Or USDC in MAI. Right, which is two stable tokens again. Yeah, a soft peg token and a stable token. So really for stable farms, we have loads, okay? So it's a lot, right? So then you start thinking, I don't know what to do anymore, right? So you can actually come here to more and strategies. This is brilliant, okay? Trying to make it easy for everyone who's trying to find a nice way to invest. This website is so sexy. Oh man. So we find the token, right? You say like, I have some USDC. I believe that this is a good token and I want to find somewhere to stake it in the TOOM ecosystem. So I want to go by risk, okay? And I want to filter it by, I just want to do farming, or you want to do auto compounding. You want to set it and forget it, or you want to farm. We'll look at both, okay? So we can choose auto compounding, Beefy, right? Very, very trustworthy auto compounder. I've been using it for over a year now. We can take TSHARE USDC with Beefy, set it and forget it, and you will get 0.4% daily on your TSHARE and USDC. Fantastic. Or TOOM and USDC. You can pair these up, okay? Or you think, I want to get something more stable, right? I want to get a much more stable pool going. You can have there. All right, farming and staking. I'll show you the USDC and F and USDC and Tether one there. Yeah, 0.02%. Daily or 11% yearly. Here's another stable pool, another stable. You can just kind of pick your pool. Now, once you choose the one that you like, for example, I chose this one, USDC with MIM with TOOM, then click on it, and it will show you everything you need to do for this, how it all works. This strategy makes use of the built-in staking feature directly on the cemetery on TOOM. The LPs are located in the cemetery and are available to stake, unstake, and claim rewards 24/7 without any time locks. Step 1, you'll need to get some TOOM and some MIM, buy it on Tombswap. Step 2, you make the liquidity on Tombswap. Step 3, head over to the cemetery. Step 4, you will after some time you'll generate some TSHARE that you can visually see in your same pop-up dialog box. Interact with step 3, you are free to claim it anytime from there. Yeah, and then you can click on these two. This is brilliant. And they have, a little map of how this all works. The amount of time and effort that's gone into this is fantastic. And as Tomb Chain rolls out, as Life rolls out, here is Life, okay, then we will be adding more and more utility into the strategy page. More utility for Tomb, more utility for everything. So I do have some Tomb lying around. The only thing at the moment I can find that I can do with my Tomb is I can supply it into the Taro.to supply vault. I can stake Tomb and earn more Tomb. So for example, I could take my Tomb. I've got like 1,000 Tomb lying around. I could take that, approve it, throw it in here. Yeah, throw it in here, and we would then be claiming more Tomb out of there. That's one thing we can do with our Tomb. But for me, this post that I did see there saying that, the launch pool for Life is going to be beginning tomorrow, essentially, or in the next few days. I'm going to have to wait for the full announcement on that. That means that I will be just buying more Tomb, and I'm going to be waiting for this announcement. So let's get ourselves some more Tomb. So as I've said before, the fact that Tomb is so underpegged with Phantom and that they're rolling out all this utility for the Phantom network, it makes me really bullish that eventually the price of Tomb will be coming way back above peg to the price of Phantom. So with that being said, and the news that we need to use Tomb to be able to go into the launch pools for Life, that means that it's very clear to me that I can take, some of my Tomb that's lying around. I'll show you how to purchase. So I'm going to take some of the Phantom that I have lying around in storage, right? Staking in other places, pulled some out there. So 2,500 Phantom, $1,000 worth, right? And can't believe that. It used to be like 7,000. Oh my God. Bear market. And we're going to pair that, right? And I'm going to swap that into 6,000 Tomb, right? So it's so below peg, it's fantastic. But then be taking that Tomb and keeping it aside and getting ready for the launch pool. That's essentially what I'm doing there. And we've purchased. So fantastic things, I think, coming to war in the future for Tomb. As you can see, I'm still pretty bullish on it, even though we've been battered, bruised, worn down, told that we're nothing, told that it's all over, the dream's over, but it's not. It's far from over. We will be back, stronger, better, fitter, sexier, Tomber than ever. Tomb on, everyone. If you're a big fan of Tomb, please take some time to like and possibly subscribe to this channel, because, you know, I've been a huge fan of Tomb since day one, and I just think it's now even better than it's ever been before, even though the price doesn't reflect that, but the general utility on the website does. So I can't say more times, you know, I've pointed out exactly what I think. So let's leave it with that. Don't get wrecked.
That's right.
Tell me how